Quick backup for the victory on this Saturday night. There's Tomoki Imai. Space for Diamanti. And Imai kept on going. Western United setting up an early chance, and Berisha toe poked it. Good reactions from Crocombe. Kept out that goal-bound effort from Berisha. And got a touch on Guarachena's shot. Now Payne. Correas nicked it away from the youngster who debuted the other night, Dalibor Markovic. And sets up the set piece.
Yeah, just got there a bit late, Markovic. But the will to try and get there and win the ball was good.
If you could place the ball anywhere for a set piece, this would be a pretty handy spot to try and pick out a teammate for Alessandro Diamanti. Tommy Uzcock, an obvious threat. Berisha peels around and he tries to surprise the keeper. Max Crocombe saw what was brewing. I've seen him do that before, of course, in the A-League shoot when goalkeepers were anticipating crosses. Runderfield dropping between the two centre halves. Lee Broxham, the victory's Mr. Fix-It for so long. Started it right back the other night in the absence of Storm Rue and shifted into the heart of defence. Diamanti proving difficult to contain already. Here's Victor Sanchez looking for Berisha. Climbing all over the top of Broxham, but it wouldn't come down in time for Bessart. Promising early sign from the visitors tonight.
Started very well. Very positive. Western United. Good intercept that. He's hit by Dalibor Markovic.
Diamanti teases it in. Berisha. And a little flick off Broxham for the corner. Crocombe's had to be on guard early.
Very, very good early pressure from Western United. Last two games from victory. One they've lost, one they've won, but they've conceded the early balance of power. Newcastle managed to recover after wasting that early dominance. The Wellington Phoenix didn't. Now let's see if Western United, and it's very early signs, of course, early days, but to convert this early pressure.
Sanchez hangs it up, and Crocombe commanding his area. Seen off the threat of Matt Acton. His spot was on the line a couple of games ago, Max Crocombe, but he's been in good form. Robbie Cruz timing his run. Calver asking for a flag that isn't going to come. McManaman and Connor Payne. Well, it does come. It is offside against Robbie Cruz. What about Berisha's improvisation here when Guarachana had the shot?
Good reaction from both Berisha and Crocombe.
Those 3 goals in the last 2 games have taken him to outright second all-time in the Australian National League, past Rod Brown last week, up to 138 goals scored down under. Only 102 to track down Damien Murray. Should do that by the time he's maybe 45, Bess. Good read again by Markovic. Should be a great battle. Dylan Parias and all his speed on this side.
Well, he set him up nicely, but Markovic read it really well. Youngster, just his second A-League match here. Nice left foot, gets into early position, reads the intent of Pires and steals it beautifully.
Adama Traore still out with that hamstring. Dylan Ryan's knee injury looks significant. Shotton's done a groin. McManaman kept it in. And Cruz was in space in behind. Just Ed tries to use him. And Cruz already a frustrated figure 6 minutes in. Anderson. Storm route. Cruz able to go back to the right back. Here's Jake Brimmer. Markovic being forced backwards. Western United just back off. They don't continue the press. They've got their own strategy heading into games, don't they?
Each time slightly different. As Victory moved the ball to the near touchline, then you just noticed Alessandro Diamante make a break from the line. Instead of drifting across with the Victory play, he pushed out from the midfield. And that turned Victory around. That's a sharp bit of play from Markovic. Very well done.
A little talking to for Dylan Parias next time. Might find himself in the book. Tomoki Imai kicked the ball away as well. These teams 10th and 11th on the A-League ladder. Desperate to start surging up the table and contending for those top 6 spots. Roxham, inventive pass, but too straight, allowing Curto to advance. Plenty of advice coming from the benches at the moment. Imai. Parias again held up by Markovic. Callum McManaman having a go on the left-hand side. Parias didn't appreciate the way he dived in. Now the Scouser heading back out to that right-hand side. The Victory's number 7. Sanchez trying to lift one in behind Stormroot. Reacted well. Jenna's got a point there. Didn't look like he did much wrong, but the whistle went against him. Brimmer's holding his shirt.
Yeah, I didn't see a free kick conceded by the Spaniard. A good spell to settle down the Victory. Consistent possession the last few minutes.
Risky pass. Berisha trying to pounce, and Crocombe again with the composure. Butterfield relieved. Just pausing on his run. He was wrong-footed by the Brimmer pass, trying to stay onside, so didn't bother chasing. Oh, that's Naughty challenge from Jake Brimmer. Late on Guarachena. No card is out.
It was a bit high too. Right across the shin.
And for the throwing off Markovic. The 19-year-old who debuted during the week. Out of Sydney. Moved down to Melbourne a few years back now. Imai pulled it back. Diamanti couldn't stretch to control. And away goes McManaman. And the card is out here. Victor Sanchez, no stranger to them. It's his 5th yellow of the campaign. And will miss the next game due to suspension. And he's got a long time to play on the yellow in this one.
Well, it was a thunderous tackle from Sanchez. McManaman at full speed. Back to his feet and retaking his position, the victory winger.
Anderson over the top. Robbie Cruz has timed his run here. Big chance for the victory. And Uzcock able to get a touch. Calver's touch was more important than his, though. Time stood still. Oh, Robbie Cruz there. Beautiful pass dropped over the top for the victory's number 10. Farias. Again, Markovic so clean defensively, able to poke it away. Here's Lustica. Diamanti. Calver goes to Payne. Space down the sideline for Imai. Important stretch by Markovic, otherwise Parias was inside the area and in behind.
Yeah, that's that moment. Does Parias keep the ball and keep the attack going? It's always my preference. Defence isn't necessarily set. They're certainly not amassed. But what a great start. Second game here for Dalibor Markovic.
Lives and breathes football, as we discussed the other night. A young kid out of Bossley Park High School in Sydney. As Diamanti delivers, and the shout of keeper comes from Crocombe. Going out to Brimmer, who was under pressure. And they played themselves into a little bit of pressure there, the victory. Fortunate somewhat to get the throw.
Yeah, Burkhan Curtis just been a little sluggish to start this game.
Here goes Markovic again. Butterfield staying down as though he'd been caught by Berisha, and I think the referee signalled an advantage on that front. Berisha didn't think he'd done too much wrong. Good read by Payne. Got there ahead of McManaman. Guarachena peels wide. Stormaroo. Well-timed challenge. Took it back for the victory. All ball out. Sanchez has been picking up his fair share in that part of the pitch. Imai attacking that little pocket of space and opening up room for Diamanti. Doesn't use his right foot that often, and he couldn't work the angles for Parias. Little head scratcher for the Italian. Into the area he goes. And there was a shank in the end, trying to test Crocombe from the tight angle. Plays with a smile on his face, and we'll be hearing a lot more of him after this game tonight. A special put together by Fox Football. Michael Zapponi and Archie Thompson sitting down for a chat with the Italian superstar right after full time tonight. Must-watch TV on Fox Sports, and Archie Thompson is sidelined for us tonight. That must have been good fun.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, he's such an entertaining character, and some of the stories that he was obviously saying were fantastic to hear. And his story about the actual Premier League, I would have probably felt the same thing, because he's not big in stature, but and being in that tunnel, especially when the players of the Premier League are so strong, was quite a funny story. But both teams have really started brightly, moving the ball around. One thing for me for Melbourne Victory is they need to get forward in some of those little break lines, in spaces and behind. Robbie and Cruz and McManaman are really important for this team to do well tonight, because the way that Western United set up, they're so strong structurally. I feel like, too, a lot of attacks have come out this right side, whether they're trying to isolate Markovic, who's obviously quite new to the A-League, but he's settled in just really well. There are a lot of attacks coming out this way, so I wonder if Mark Rudens maybe pointed that out.
It was pretty good the other night as well in the win. First up, Dalibor Markovic. Anderson. It's a decent pass towards Gested, who tried the extravagant back heel flick. There was no one really who might have got on the end of it if he pulled it off. Settled into a bit of a tactical battle after Western United's flying start.
Yeah, it's very much a case of steady as she goes for both teams. Western in the first 3, 4, 5 minutes were making some pretty good progress upfield. Victory have tightened things up a little bit. Western have just taken the foot off the gas slightly.
Broxham did well initially to win the ball for the victory, then Gested with the follow-up work, and now they're in the attacking third. McManaman putting a trick on Connor Payne through the legs of the defender, but straight to Lustica. Parisha, what can you do with this? Clever header down. This is where Western United like to go to work. Parisha staying onside. Here comes the cavalry in white and green. And Parisha ran into a good block by Storm Rue. Kept in by Anderson. He's out of position now. The centre half. And there's space on this right-hand side. Parias thought about the first-time ball. Birkin-Kurta, last touch off him for a corner.
But just never quite opened up for Western. In part, you've got to give credit to Victor. That's a lovely knockdown from Berisha, and things opened up beautifully. Victory recovered well, have now defended the corner effectively.
Hoping Parias could run in behind, but again Markovic read the play exceptionally well. Seeing a lot of teenagers break through this A-League season, and out of nowhere Dalibor Markovic has gotten his chance. 2 games in 4 days. He's making the most of it. Cruz v Imai, and great use of the body by the Japanese import.
Excellent defender. Imai. It's a great piece of recruitment. Middle of last season by Mark Rudan. Now a staple of the Western United lineup. Can play in the centre of defence, can play out the right.
That pass a little too long for Parias, so angled into the box. That's a decent pass, allowing Cruz to assess the options. Angles it for Storm Roux. McManaman! Brilliant goal by the Victory! Storm Roux back in the lineup with a super pass. And Callum McManaman finishes it off for his second goal of the season. That is electrifying play from the Melbourne Victory.
It's a really special goal, this. Look at this pass. Right through the guts of the field, splitting the midfield. Beautiful from the youngster, Dalibor Markovic. Robbie Cruz does his bit with a lovely, delightful pass. Storm Roux with the perfect cross. Callum McManaman with a telling finish. It's a terrific volley. What a super goal from Melbourne Victory.
A week is a long time in football. And suddenly the Victory producing results. That win against Wellington so important midweek, and now they score the opening goal in a fixture again. They've only done that twice so far this season, and it's come in back-to-back games.
One of those goals, Speedy, where from start to finish every component sparkled. The kid with a beautiful pass. What about the composure, the poise? One game and 20 minutes into his career. That's risky, but he backed his technique. Beautiful strike of the ball, just caressed it into the danger zone. Robbie Cruz, magnificent. Storm Roux, great cross. McManaman, superb finish. A delightful goal, truly. Hey, the kids out at Bosley Park High School will be doing cartwheels. I can do what Dalibor's doing.
Here's Tomoki Imai. Diamanti drifting wide. It's a left footer, of course, and got the better of Kurda. Risky little flick off Aaron Anderson that just went wide of the post. Could have been an ugly own goal.
Well, curling it in, that's just short of a length. And Anderson, off balance, swings at the ball.
Deluded just dead in the middle. Sanchez, who took the corner, another chance to whip it in, and the header on target. Good claim again by Crocombe.
Good through traffic from Imai as well. He's looking very comfortable, Crocombe. He wasn't severely tested here, but still, he's repositioning as the ball comes over, complete concentration, and because his preparation is so good, that's an easy defuse.
4 or 5 days ago, Archie Thompson, it was doom and gloom about the Victory. Not anymore.
Certainly not. And that ball from Markovic into Robbie Cruz was outstanding. It was almost risk over reward with that pass, but the way that Robbie Cruz picked up that position, was able to turn on the ball, and also Storm Roux making that run. But this is what McManaman does, those great late runs into the box, the composure and finish. But for me, that way that Markovic has really settled into A-League football is outstanding. And I just listened to Mark Rudin, because he said to Diamante, keep playing that ball in behind of Markovic. But the way he's positioned himself, real sense of calmness when he plays the ball. And for me, that beautiful ball in the Robbie just set that goal up.
Big raps for the 19-year-old. Rightly so, what he's delivered so far. Interesting when Adama Traore gets fit, what Grant Brebner does with Dalibor Markovic, whether he can play in another position or whether he keeps the Ivory Coast international out of the team. Here's Cruz, down by Gested this time, and Calver with a successful block. Chenna upended by McManaman. 2 goals so far down under for the former Wigan man, and they've been 2 beauties.
Well, the first one was more self-made. This one was a beautiful finish on the end of a sweeping move, really. If you're cutting and pasting highlight goals over the entirety of the A-League, that one's got a feature. It was just beautiful.
Here he is again, Markovic.
Outstanding, really. Has not put a foot wrong. Hasn't been beaten in one duel, and there's been about 3 or 4 he's had to work on.
You're not a Bosley Park old boy, are you?
No, nowhere.
Ambassador?
No, nothing. Just an admirer on the outcomes.
Tom Aquilina, who was in that earlier game with the Wanderers, another product of that high school with its football program.
Just on this evidence, I know education, obviously, I'm big on this, is the main game, but wouldn't it be great if more schools around Australia were able to set up programs like this? Obviously, very effective.
And the teachers used to say to Dalibor Markovic, can you talk about something other than football? All you do is watch football, all you do is train for football. It's not like you want to be a pro footballer. He said, that's what I want to be. And he's now getting his opportunity. Good on him for chasing his dream. And the A-League allowing him to live it out. I remember facing that in high school and uni myself when I wanted to write about sport all the time. I said, stop writing about sport. I want to work in sports with Fox Sports one day. Oh, Sanchez caught late and the card is out again. Robbie Cruz this time.
Well, it's the wide open eyes asking for forgiveness or understanding. I'm not quite sure how Robbie was going to expect to get out of that one. It was a clear foul.
Markovic across in time. Diamante felt contact went down in a hurry. Here's space for Parias. Little slip by Markovic. And the head. Whipped off the ball. Mostica again. And it's Guarachena. Denied the equalizer there by the woodwork. And now another chance for Risha. Oh, what a save from Max Crocombe. Phenomenal.
Great action at Marvel. Firstly, Guarachena, what a eye-catcher he's been. Prius with a beautiful cross, a thumping header. Another day that goes on the other side of the line. And then Berisha, when he leaps at that angle, it's so poetic from Berisha. And Crocombe up to it. What a good contest.
Now Diamante, and kept on target by Imai again. He's had a couple of shots now. And that was an easier save for the New Zealand custodian.
Has a little look at the ref too, Speedy. There was a bit of a handful of shirt there, and Tamaki Imai not protesting, but looking and saying, impeding me, ref. Gets back to business.
It's a busy opening half hour for Max Crocombe. 5 saves made already. That was a little loose. A bit of a missed kick towards Diamante. It was upended by Burke-Kurda. It wasn't long ago, Archie Thompson, that Max Crocombe was under pressure for his spot.
I had to look back on that replay because I don't know how he got his hand to it, but, you know, what a beautiful ball in by Sanchez. And Anderson just got caught watching the ball, but you bet all money for Besar Berisha to be able to score in that position, but a wonderful save, and he's just commanding that box, and that's one thing that I've noticed from Crocombe.
Here's Parias into the area. Brimmer stretched. Still Parias. And Anderson able to scramble it away. Butterfield. Instead holding it up. That's a big win by the Victory from the big striker. And McManaman looks for Cruz. And goes to ground pretty tamely. And the referee was conned into that one a little. And it's a yellow card to boot for Tamaki Imai. There was very little contact there.
No, he played it well, Robbie Cruz. Outsmarted him. Got the position. Felt the contact. Down you go. Defender compromised. Wins the day. Imai frustrated that he got sucked into it, I'd say.
Diamante came over to get into Robbie Cruz's ear as well.
First chance, Speedy, for us to see who has the gestured assignment. I reckon there'd be one blocking the run and then someone with the step ladder. Wooscock is the immediate matchup, seemingly. Aaron Calver there too. Is it 2v1?
Brimmer. And now Curdo on the edge of the area. Another deflection, and they'll have to square up to Jested again in the middle.
He will surely take all the attention. Aaron Calvert. Touch marking. Got to watch the ball. Got to know where the big man is.
Brimmer hands it up. Jested! Woodwork struck again. And I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Western United have conceded 4 headed goals already this season. Jested, his eyes are lining up.
Well, A-League club sending out an SOS to Harry Suter. Come back from Stoke. Give us some of your height to defend this bloke.
You mentioned Uzcock on Jested from the first set piece, but now Jested nudged off it, nudged to ground. There's 2 Victory players down there. Diamante clips it over the top of Broxham, thought about going for goal, and Crocombe has scrambled back. And Butterfield in the right spot, but it's still alive here. Berisha able to poke it to Sanchez. Parias blocked off by Anderson. You can have another go. And Berisha. Sanchez goes down looking for a penalty. Parias' shots, and the penalty appeal has been waved off for now. VAR could weigh in as Guarachena went down. "33 minutes of helter-skelter action, and the VAR running the rule over that one. Guarachena was adamant. Already upheld.
Well, the 2 got in the way then. He recycled it. No contact. Play on. Well officiated. Ben Abrams, young ref, doing a good job. Didn't miss it. Eyes like a hawk.
Diamante. Curdo been on the periphery so far, but finds Cruz on this occasion. Not Burke and Curdo's preferred role on the left side of the midfield 4. Off the chest of Berisha, they say. Header well won by Anderson. Brought it down for Butterfield. Curdo trying to drift in. Cruz let it run across his body again. McManaman encouraged to shoot. And blocked off the shooting avenue in Western United. Markovic, what about the confidence to shape in the cross first time? Butterfield with a surge. And teammates gave up on him there. It was a decent ball back inside. Sanchez for Payne, who's got Guarachena presenting ahead. And he struck the woodwork with a header, the Spaniard. Brilliant pass, considering he was slipping over. Diamante switches it up. Sanchez fires it long. Diamante heading back across goal, looking for Berisha, but again Anderson has had some handy contributions in the opening 35 minutes here, the young defender. Berisha nearly found, and that's an important touch by Broxham, but he's feeling the effects, is he?
It was a great piece of defending, but he doesn't look too well. There was no contact with anyone. Is another Z-tweet something? A DJ. Tantalising ball. Great experience, Lee Broxham. He's up, back moving again, which is good.
The curse of the centre half if Broxham has to go off. Sanchez. Jested gets his head on at that time. has stayed forward after the set piece. Still confident they've got good possession here. Marchena gives it up. The referee was waiting to see if advantage accrued, and it did for Cruz here. Only briefly. Melbourne Victory trying to beat Western United for the first time. 4 previous attempts have resulted in 3 defeats and the goalless draw earlier this season in week 6 at Amy Park. Here's Diamante. Here's the right foot for crossing, and Anderson read it better in the middle.
Well, it's a beautiful diagonal ball to open up the space for Diamante. But again, look at the defending of Markovic. It's a really difficult situation. Beautiful pass this. Now look at Markovic recovering. He's up against one of the league's greats, great world footballer. He insists on opening the avenue to the right foot. Don't let him shoot with his left. Second game in, great decision.
He's done the scouting report. Cal was offside after the touch off Berisha. They asked for the flag that eventually comes.
You're in those situations and you get obviously just the one chance to make a debut and then your next couple of games. And straight into it, a team that's struggling, injuries everywhere. Inside the penalty area, you look up and it's Alessandro Diamante dribbling the ball at you. We have the right to have confidence in the youngster. He's done extraordinarily well to get things going.
Might look to swap shirts with Diamante at the end of this game and get some advice on tattoos as well. He's already got the sleeve going, the teenager.
And he's got that much swagger, he might go and offer his shirt to Alessandro. Interested? At the pool room?
He's got some tats and he'll be talking about that in the chat, will he, Archie?
Yeah, mate. Look, he's going to have to wait in line, Markovic, for that shirt, because I've actually asked for it after the match. That was a promise at the podcast, but I'm really impressed with Markovic. And also Aaron Anderson, because he hasn't played much football too, but the game that he came onto last week, he stood up, he's standing up there. The communication between the back four has been outstanding, and Crocom's so commanding in that 18-yard box.
Look forward to that fight and we'll tussle a little later on. Archie Thompson v Dalibor Markovic for the Diamante shirt. Frustrated to see the whistle blown there. But special coming right up after full time. Diamante sitting down for a Fox Football chat with Michael Zapponi and Archie Thompson. Calver in the wide area. Stepped around McManaman, hung it up for Parias v Markovic. And Kurda keeping Diamante at bay that time. Two-thirds of possession in the last 10 minutes, but haven't been able to breach Max Crocom's goal. Nice pass, finding the mark. Parias drifting a little further inside this time. Shows how good the possession has been with Calver drifting wide, getting involved in the attacks. Diamante, Markovic again reading the intent of the Italian superstar.
Perfect positioning. is really everyone was on tenterhooks when Diamante hit that ball blind over his shoulder.
Now Payne v Broxham, and an important stretch, but he's struggling. Here's Lee Broxham. How is that body feeling? 300+ games in the A-League, and he's clutching at a groin.
Oh, look at this from Diamante. Oh, and he almost looked like he was just drifting off there, Markovic. Diamante will find you out if you clock off at all.
And here they are, right through the middle. Berisha, they asked for a handball on the control, but it's play on. And no real test for Crocombe again. I'm worried about Lee Broxham's ability to see out this game.
Yeah. We'll have to, we'll watch it closely. Yeah. Nice bit of directing.
A great win here by Berisha. Took it off Brimmer. Here comes support. Brilliant from Sanchez, and there is the equaliser from Western United. It's a poor mistake from Jake Brimmer. A great win by Berisha, who turns provider. And Victor Sanchez has his second goal in the A-League.
Well, it's come late. You couldn't say it's not deserved. Wonderful work from Berisha, ferreting the ball away from Brimmer. And then the old guys just composed a beautiful touch inside. The apparently injured Lee Broxham throwing himself and overcommitting himself. And Victor Sanchez lances the ball into the far corner. Crocombe at full stretch can do now. And they're back square. Excellent goal.
The Spaniards silences Marvel and all the Victory fans. And what about the tantrum thrown by Max Crocombe after keeping a clean sheet until now? He was banging the turf in frustration because it was an avoidable error.
Yeah, caught in possession, just not urgent enough on the evidence we saw. Brimmer. But Berisha had to be hungry enough to force the issue, which he was.
Cruz was being held onto there by Aaron Calvert. Victory looking to bounce back immediately.
It was about this time midweek from the corner against Wellington. Not a corner, obviously, but a set piece late in the half. Rudy Gested will be a major consideration once again.
Jake Brimmer desperate to atone. Brilliant tackle by Berisha. Tempted into it by Jake Brimmer, and he was good enough to win it clean. Brimmer looking for Gested. Curto elects the punch. Lovely touch from Durkin Curtar. Kept his feet through it all. He had hands in his back. Gested's header. Chance. Cruz. Denied by Curto. He was onside, Robbie Cruz. Didn't really get hold of the shot.
Well, needed to save that one, Curto. I thought he probably should have caught the ball when it first came over, taken all the pressure out. Here's more for Victory. Great run from Payne.
Pointed at the ball, but Ben Abraham not having it. A clear yellow card offence after a brilliant run by Connor Payne.
Yeah, away from McManaman. Looking to change gears. Storm Roo very confident he got the ball.
Don't want this half to end. About to enter stoppage time. 1-1 in the Battle of the Bridge, and 2 more minutes to go as Payne couldn't pick out a teammate in the middle. Again bowled out to a midfielder, and Butterfield maintained possession. Burkan Kurtar turned into trouble again, and Anderson won that one clean. Now Gested. Space in the middle. Can he find a teammate? Blocked off by Lustica. And just a foul. Referee has plenty to keep an eye on here.
Well, the transitions at times have been rather sharp and quick. The game has been played in other parts at you'd call it a gentlemanly level of intensity. But then there's in moments when both have gone into transition really quickly and the ref has had to remain focused. Those moments of really sharp, explosive play have been hard to adjudicate. Arms and legs everywhere. Lustica, not a tall man. Vigested, a very tall man. Maybe that disparity in the end encouraged the ref not to give a yellow card.
Just there blocked off by Uscock. Oh, Birkin Kerner with a goal-bound effort. Kept out by Berisha's block. Brimmer didn't get hold of that and might just spark a counter-attack. Diamante assessing things. Can he keep his feet through the challenge of Brimmer? He can. And there's teammates forward here. And Connor Payne tried to bring it down. And that potential of the quick counter-attack amounted to naught for Western. Good work defensive transition-wise from Storm Roux.
Well, they were deadly on the counter-attack against Macarthur last week, Western, and they've shown signs again today. There's so much promise when they break from their own half in some open field.
Connor Payne, he's past Butterfield, and the set piece will be granted by Ben Abraham here. Even though we're past the minimum amount of 2 minutes.
This was pretty late, this too. It wasn't dangerous or anything, but not a yellow card, denying a great attacking opportunity. There was another defender. That's hardly the point.
Maybe he's past his budget for first half.
It's budget. Well, most of the focus has been on the Melbourne Victory set pieces because of Big Rudy. And Western finished the half with the bang.
Sanchez for Diamante. And we go on. Play continues for Parias to whip it back in there. Uscock the target. Must be half-time whistle time. And the referee says, I better blow it now. After granting an extra minute nearly. Well, Victor Sanchez came up with an equaliser late in the half after industrious work by Bessart Berisha to rob Jake Brimmer of possession. And, of course, Callum McManaman opened the scoring with a beautiful finish after a wonderful Melbourne Victory move. And at the break, in the Battle of the Bridge, it is 1-1. Really entertaining first half of football. Bessart Berisha and the coach getting together for a chat. And I think they can go on with the job in the second half and complete the comeback. But the Melbourne Victory will fancy their chances as well. It's delicately poised as we go down to Archie.
Thanks, Speedy. Callum, you must be disappointed to concede because you seemed quite solid there.
Yeah, it was tough after we scored, to be honest. I think they came back into the game, made it hard for us and created a few chances. They probably deserved the goal, to be honest.
Can you talk us through your goal?
Yeah, just made a last-minute decision to change my run just before Storm crossed it. Ended up working out well. I'd left the defender, so yeah, I was happy with that, but means nothing up to now.
What sort of improvements do you want to see from your team in the second half?
I think we need to keep holding the ball better. We're giving it away too cheaply, so...
OK, thanks, Callum. Stick around after the break. Brendan Speed and Andy Harper will go over the first half highlights between Melbourne Victory and Western United.
Ready for the game? Ultra HD Sport.
Sport in 4K ultra high definition. It's as good as being there. Only on Foxtel.
Out on the patio, we'd sit, and the humidity we'd breathe. We'd watch the lightning crack over cane fields, laugh and think, this is Australia.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
Introducing Macca's new fruit smoothies with no added sugar and protein options. And new salads with 100% Aussie RSPCA approved chicken breast. Or try the new chicken wraps in honey soy or aioli flavours. All prepared to order. There's more to love at Macca's.
What's more Australian, a Kendone t-shirt or pine and lime?
Oh, pine and lime.
Barbecues?
Pine and lime.
Koalas?
Pine and lime.
Ugh, you've gone round the twist.
Oh, I love that show.
New pining for lime. Treat me good. Proud and Punch.
Now and then when I see your face, it takes me away to that special place. But if I stare too long, I probably break down and cry. Oh, 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 sweet child of mine. Oh, oh.
Athlete's foot playing on your mind? Fight the fungi with Caniston once daily. The no mess, no touch applicator helps to prevent cross-infection and makes it easy to kick athlete's foot. Try Caniston once daily athlete's foot cream.
Window fully pinated, Keith. Some insurers don't fix it excess-free, which could affect next year's party budget.
That's not a pinata, Dad.
But luckily, Amy has an option that does, and that's what I call a pinata. Does your home insurer offer optional excess-free glass cover? Amy does.
We made a promise. Someday we was gonna make it big.
Foxtel Movies. Bring the cinema experience home. Available anytime, on demand.
They played some memorable games last season. The Victory and Western, and we've got another one on the cards here after this first half. A young teenager, Markovic outstanding. Sanchez quietening the Victory faithful with an equaliser just before the break. And the Victory came up with a sensational opening goal from Callum McManaman, but as he said in the halftime interview, it counts for nothing now.
Well, not really, because it was a goal of such quality. They can get a lot of confidence from it. Beautiful ball, really adventurous mindset from young Dalibor Markovic. Robbie Cruz straightened things up beautifully, set the defence, and then pierced them with that pass. Storm Roo's support run was willing. The delivery was perfect. And McManaman's run was excellent. So look at Callum McManaman's starting run. He started in the wing, and then he cuts into the midfield and hovers around the D on the edge of the penalty area and then pounces. It was just a beautiful goal. So I can understand the disappointment of Callum McManaman, but really the team will get great confidence out of a quality goal like that. It's wonderful stuff. Well done to the Victory.
In the interview, he said he made a late decision to change his run, and you saw that on that first replay. He bamboozled Sanchez with that run, and that allowed him to stroke it home so expertly. But then the mistake came from Jake Brimmer. The Victory sometimes get into bother playing out from the back. Crocombe will pass it to a midfielder at times. The ball came back into a central area, and Berisha pounced.
Well, it was just a bad touch from Jake Brimmer. He's certainly more capable than that. This is a very good goal, but for different reasons. Firstly, a lot of the unheralded work, the leg work that a player does unselfishly to pressurise and win the ball back. And then the experience of Besart Berisha. It's 1 versus 3, but he just slows things down, waits for the support. And this is a quality finish. It's extreme quality, actually. This is years and years of repetition and practice and poise, cutting the ball from left to right, and the angled finish, which is unsavable. Didn't have to blast it. This is straight off the training paddock, this. Inside of the foot, around the outside of the ball, into the far post, or then inside netting at the far post. Beautiful goal, and 2 really good goals here to keep this thing even at Marvel.
First 1.5 games for Dalibor Markovic have been most impressive. The 19-year-old who left high school in year 10 to chase his football dream went to Melbourne City's academy and then switched to the Victory, and they found one here.
So it's a particular test for him today in his second game because Dylan Parias has got great speed, and actually for the Western United half-time talk, I'll be looking to exploit that more. Let's give the kid a bit more of a test. Moments like this, just knock the ball a bit further. Give yourself some more time to wind up, Dylan, because in the short exchanges, Maribor has been perfect. His positioning has been outstanding, his awareness there, and almost, well, the second highlight, the first was the pass in to set up the goal. The second highlight for me was when he was 1v1 against Alessandro Diamante in the penalty area, and you can imagine what goes through a youngster's mind there, and he held the poise and the position really well to defuse it. It's an excellent start to his career.
Archie Thompson, what are you making of it all?
Well, I hope he can't fight because I want that Diamante shirt. But look, he's been fantastic out in that position. I know that the message from Mark Ruden's bench was to look for balls in behind, but the way that he's placed himself, he just reads the game really well. Hasn't allowed too much balls coming in from that side of the position. But what Andy Harper said, that wonderful ball into the middle of the park, which almost set that goal up. He's been fantastic. And one thing that I've actually talked about with Melbourne Victory is I think what they've struggled is depth. But I tell you what, over the last couple of games, I've seen enough, especially from the young blokes. Even Aaron Anderson coming in, not playing too much football, has been fantastic.
Yep, they've got to continue what they're doing in the second half as the substitutes go through their paces. And what a game we saw earlier on, a 5-goal thriller at Bank West between the Wanderers and Adelaide United, and Carl Veert's side leave with all 3 points, back-to-back 3-2 wins for them.
They were on a 3-game consecutive losing streak. They got out of jail last week in that hugely controversial match, Adelaide v Mariners, to turn it around. Craig Goodwin's first game back in the A-League and his first touchback in the A-League makes it 1-0 after a minute, just on half-time. Stefan Mork really composed finish to make it 2-0. Brucey Kamau off the bench. Wilmering, second week in a row, that beautiful left foot onto the on-charging substitute Kamau for 2-1. The kid off the bench, what a sensation. Makes it 3, and new life breathed into these frantic final moments. Well done, Bernie Abini. Mitchie Duke had a couple of chances himself, one memorable one-on-one with the keeper, couldn't capitalise, but gets his goal there. 3-2 it finished. A great game. Fantastic result on the road for Adelaide.
You just got a glimpse of Kane Shepherd, who was signed yesterday by Western United. Will he feature in the second half? We'll find out. And don't forget, at full time tonight, a special with Alessandro Diamante.
I'm in love with the ball. Yeah. When I have the ball in my hand, also in training ground, also this morning, or where my kids playing the living in my home, when I have the ball in my hand, I smell, I kiss, I don't know. It's love.
Is your wife, wife jealous?
No, my wife's jealous.
You bring the football to bed too.
No. I grew up in that generation. The football is 24 hours. It's the first thing when you wake up, the last thing when you go into bed.
This is what a new season can bring. Every moment counts, man. Well, here we go. Oh! What a way to start round one this is. A couple of heavyweights. 2 attacking powerhouses. Just about the best in the business. It's an absolute feast.
Spending time out in the garden in summer is the best place to be. Kick back with the family, everybody's having a great time. You want your backyard tip-top in summer because that's where it all happens. You absolutely want to protect your garden from the heat. Choose some drought-tolerant plants, throw around some mulch. There's so much that you can do. So once you've laid the groundwork, it's just time to get out there and play. A pitch that stays green and no LBW. That's how we summer.
At Telstra, our 7-day price match on a range of phones, using Telstra Plus points and trading in selected phones can help make technology more affordable.
Don't get stuck in pain. Voltaren Emyl Gel relieves muscle pain 2 times faster and reduces inflammation to help get you moving sooner. Voltaren Emyl Gel, available with no mess applicator.
Coles Healthier Living is easy heart foundation recipes, fun fitness tips, and double Flybuys points on all fresh fruit and veg. Healthier living doesn't have to be hard. Coles, value the Australian way.
At Telstra, our 7-day price match on a range of phones. Using Telstra Plus points and trading in selected phones can help make technology more affordable.
Don't get stuck in pain. Voltaren Emyl Gel relieves muscle pain 2 times faster and reduces inflammation to help get you moving sooner. Voltaren Emyl Gel, available with no mess applicator.
Introducing Macca's new fruit smoothies with no added sugar and protein options. And new salads with 100% Aussie RSPCA approved chicken breast. Or try the new chicken wraps in honey soy or aioli flavours. All prepared to order. There's more to love at Macca's.
Platers. Careful.
I'm in the middle! I'm turning
All in one place. Easy.
Really entertaining first half in the Battle of the Bridge. 19-year-old Dalibor Markovic catching the eye, and plenty has been sent down his side. Western United testing the teenager, but so far, so good. And Melbourne Victory's coach, Grant Brebner, joins us now. What do you make of that first half, Brebs?
Yeah, look, I agree with you. Dali's done really well, and you know, we're quite inexperienced down that side with Aaron and Birkin, so you know, we've got to keep them going and keep their support up, and their teammates have got to help them, because the two boys in the middle of the park, Brimmer and Butterfield, need to do more for us.
So your goal was an excellent one, Brebs. The team must have loved it. How do you get Markovic doing the same down the left as Stormy Rood did down the right for that goal?
Yeah, we've had a chat about it, Harps, and look, we've just got to play with confidence. We've got to keep encouraging the boys, because we don't want to, you know, give them too hard a time. It's obviously he's coming up against a really top player in Diamante, so he's done well, but you know, there's still another 45 minutes to go.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys.
Ricky Justed staying down for a little while there. Lee Broxham's come back out for the second half, which is a great sign. He took off quickly.
He did. That was the most encouraging sign, actually. He was the team was still around the centre circle walking for half time, and he was already up the tunnel, charging up to get whatever done needed to be done. And that was a good start. I was feeling more positive when I saw that, because you'd hate, for the sake of the victory, to have to endure another significant injury like that at this point.
McManaman so crafty, and just over-hitting his cross. Cruz kept it in, though. And the back heel found Curdo, and he's over-hit it for Justed in the middle. Sort of feeling around the groin area at one stage there in the first half, but maybe just had to get it sorted at half-time. And
he might have needed a little bit of work to loosen his back up. Who knows? But you look around the history of the A-League, and there've been a number of stalwarts, and Lee Broxham is deeply entrenched in that discussion. What a servant for Melbourne Victory.
Appearance number 324 tonight in the A-League. Here's Pereas being held onto by Markovic just to slow him down. Forcing him all the way back to Lustica. Gorachena. Lovely pass for Imai. Cuts it back towards Parias. Couple of touches from Dillon. And has to settle for the corner in the end.
Got to be sharper. Birkan Kurta was caught out of position. The ball angled in behind him. A great run from Imai. It's a wonderful cutback. Like this sort of space in the penalty area, that's like gold dust. You can't dally. You got to touch, concentrate, fire.
Diamanti. And the diving header from Markovic. Driven back in. And Crocombe had to scramble across to keep Parias' shot out. It was a stunning strike in the end.
He's pulled up a little bit lame. Is it from the shot or from the challenge beforehand? It's a good fingertip, necessary fingertip. Just limping around a little bit, Dylan Parias. Crocombe been good again today. Beaten the once, but can't be held. Well, hung out to dry for that. It was a wonderful strike by Sanchez.
Same routine from the corner on the other side. Diamanti teasing Crocombe, who elects to punch. Clever turn by Imai to the byline. He goes. And Diamanti! And Crocombe relieved after palming it down to the advantage of the Italian.
Yeah, it's a really difficult one to execute, but he's certainly got the technique to deal with this. Went back, just couldn't get the contact. He still had a few players to fire the ball past as well. A good start to the second half by Western.
Been lighting up social media today, the teasers for the Alessandro Diamanti special that airs after full time tonight. McManaman blocked off by Uskok here, and that's the most obvious yellow card of the night. Was not letting him get in behind. Pulling up the coat hanger nearly. Tony Uskok, the vice captain this season of Western United. Brimmer. Getting hold of it. Butterfield v. Imai. Grant Brebner talked about getting more out of Kurta and Butterfield. Here they are stringing the passes together. Cruz with time to deliver. Besar Berisha. A little stumble by Markovic. He turned away from Parias, who was hoping he might get slipped in behind there. Still wants it here from Payne, who elects to play in Gorachena instead. Pulled back to Sanchez, already a goal scorer. Counter-attack brewing here. The fans want Kurta to go. That pass finds Cruz with a degree of fortune. Butterfield takes on the strike, and that's a hand from Kurto to palm it aside for the corner.
Somehow that ball forward for Robbie Cruz got past Tomoki Imai. The whole thing could have been diffused then. And Butterfield around the edge of the area, a rare sight at goal for him. Kurto is palming the ball away. But as per the soundtrack to Melbourne victory games nowadays, you don't want to be conceding corners.
And chance in the middle. Anderson was in a wrestle with Sanchez. He got the shot on target. Sanchez was blowing up about no free kick. And Diamanti complaining about poor service his way. Now Gorachena. Switching it up to Parias, who has to back off to track the run of Lustica. Calder pushed more and more forward as the first half went on. that width on the left-hand side. Aaron Calver, the former Sydney FC Championship winner. Parias wants it played in behind here. Diamante used him as the decoy and now delivers. Berisha! Against the Melbourne victory again. At a venue he loves. And Western United have come from behind again at this venue against the victory. Goal number 139 in the A-League for Besart Berisha, and what a ball from Diamante.
Well, it was a beautiful spread of the play by Western. Markovic cutting off the down-the-line ball. Diamante cutting in on that left foot. And it's just delightful watching Berisha do this. It's a superb ball, there's no question. But the way he jumps away from the ball and just angles it in, we've seen it 1,000 times in his 134 goals. How's that for a mixed metaphor? But beautiful from Besart Berisha. Wonderful finish. Superb lead-up play by Western. This guy's amazing. Time having apparently no impact on his body, his hunger, his sense of positioning, and his ability to finish.
And when he scores at this venue, 17 goals in 23 games at Marvel Stadium, he's never lost. 9 wins, 2 draws, no defeats when he scores at this place. Yet to lose a game against the Victory, even before he played with them as a Brisbane player. His record, 11 games, 7 wins, 4 draws. And what a player he is, Archie Thompson.
Oh, he's fantastic. There's a sense of intensity when he walks out onto a football pitch. You can see how much focus he has. And there was a little article during the week about Besart Berisha and obviously Castro and Ninkovic. I just feel like when you're talking about some of the greatest players that ever play in the A-League, he has to be in that, I think, in that category, because he's outstanding. The way that he peeled off and generated that power on the header was fantastic. But what about the delivery by Diamante?
What can Brimmer do here? He picks out the head of Berisha in a defensive capacity this time. McManaman screaming for it. Brimmer couldn't find an angle. Butterfield. They never panic under Mark Rudan when they fall behind Western United. They know they've got goals in them. Come from behind again here. Colin McManaman's opener seems a long time ago now.
Well, we got Sanchez, Diamante, Berisha, Marachena, Lustica. I could allow myself to be a bit relaxed as well. Speedy. It's a decent list.
Even last season, though.
Well, they're decent players last year, Timmy. The point you're making, which of course I support, is the coach sets that tone. And, you know, they cop it when things don't go well, the coaches. But to each their due, and Diamante under Rudin is playing as well as ever for the second season. Berisha was brought back to the league by Mark Rudan. People wondered if Best still had the legs. Well, he's answered that pretty emphatically.
Change of number this season as well. It took Valentino Yule's old number 7. The number he wore when he came down under with the Brisbane Roar, and just the confidence levels of having the 7 on your back can give you a boost as well, can't it?
Well, players can be funny about things like that, for sure. They might be into numerology as well, Speedy, so he has got those crystal blue eyes, that piercing, the glare of a chilling executioner. And Archie Thompson's summation is 100% accurate.
Another chance for Uscott, picked out by Diamante this time. So how did the Victory respond after falling behind? What does Grant Brebner do on the substitution front a little later on? There's Laurie Latanzio, Elvis Kamsoba with the attacking options. Jay Barnett for energy in midfield. Grimmer and Butterfield combine again. Curdo was drifting wide. Parias with an easy read. Brimmer gave it up again. Berisha, where are my options, he says, and eventually Payne chimes in. Diamante just picking up a bit of space inside the area. Nutmeg on Broxton. Diamante. Berisha! It is wonderful to watch. The combination of Diamante and Berisha. 2 goals in a matter of minutes as Western United take control. But Diamante is so special, isn't he?
Well, again, Victory had the ball. Parias, actually, his pass denied him an opportunity attack. It didn't have to go that side of Berisha. It does. But they keep their composure. Connor Payne sets up Storm Root and just passes the ball into danger. The nutmeg's exquisite. The little dink is exquisite. 2v1. No one's beating Berisha there. Mate, you could have had 6 defenders and nothing is going to get between Besart Berisha and a chance to score another goal in this wonderful career. Diamante, that's beautiful. This is delightful. That's awesome. Get out of the way. It's another goal for Bess.
How good's that? The understanding between those two, on the same page, on the same wavelength, as Burkan Kurdar is taken off just shy of the hour mark, and the young striker, Laurie Latanzio, on. 3 goals scored by Western United inside the hour mark. And this season, they have scored their fair share of goals now. That's 15. And they come again and produce that amazing second half showing to beat, is it Adelaide United 5-4? No, Perth Glory it was, of course. Geelong and Besart Berisha, 28th A-League game, scoring at least 2 goals. That's why he's within 100 of Damien Murray. Is Murray starting to shudder? Now the corner variation, Parias. And Broxham caught late as we check in with Archie.
Yeah, guys, on this result, that partnership between Diamante and Besart Berisha is starting to be sensational to watch. I know that everyone was on maybe Diamante's back a little bit before this game about not being involved as much and maybe on the assist front, but I tell you what, that beautiful touch to take it past Lee Broxham to set that up. And again, Besart Berisha, in those positions, he's just so dangerous. There's only going to be one winner. But for me, it was how much time Diamante was allowed to be able to pick that ball up in the 18 would be disappointing for Grant Brebner. But I tell you what, when you've got a partnership like that, it's fantastic. And you just go through that West United front line. It is impressive on paper, but it's also impressive to watch live.
Yeah, he's up to 5 assists now after 2 tonight. Here comes Markovic, who was out-jumped by Berisha. Now Butterfield pulls one back. It's game on again. He says to the critics, that's what I've got in my locker. Jacob Butterfield's goal-scoring highlight reel is off the charts, and this is another one.
Well, again, it's the youngster. This time Brimmer maintains possession. Markovic advances the ball and dishes it off to Butterfield, who does well, extraordinarily well. These moments have been all too rare, which has been putting the petrol in the tank of the critics, but it's hard to criticise that. Unstoppable, wonderful effort. Victory back in at 3-2. It's a goal fest here at Marvel.
More than 250 appearances in the English Championship, and some of the goals he scored, particularly for Derby County from outside the box, were quite sensational. I'm not sure he's done better than that, though. And we've got 3-2, Western United over the Victory at this venue again in the Battle of the Bridge, and there's plenty of time for more. Lifted in by Parias, and Parisha was thinking bicycle kick for the hat-trick. Broxham saw off at immediate danger. Diamante again. Hangs it up to attack. And reading it better was Parias. And didn't have his radar. He was spinning around, getting a little dizzy there.
Possibly so. Possibly so. As the ball went so high, he probably started getting a little bit giddy. Couldn't balance enough to do the damage. But Victory really got to tighten up. Every time Western United get the ball, they look half likely.
Woolscott trying to be careful, of course. He's brought down Robbie Cruz, has he? Here's the card coming out. It is, and this game is turning on its head at the moment. Western United are down to 10. Robbie Cruz, that's very clever. He could have gone on there, but he thought, this guy's on a yellow, he's in trouble.
His speed gets him into those situations. Gives him the advantage. Woolscott backs out there. Oh, dear. Was there any contact, Brenton?
Well, he put a hand on his shoulder.
And then took it away. Anyway, refs made the call. There's no point going over it again. It's not going to be a VAR thing because he can't interfere with yellow cards. It's a second yellow for Tommy Woolscott.
Is there a brush of the legs as well here? Hand there, and is there a clip there just of the right foot? Maybe. Pretty minor. The referee had a better view of it, and now the free kick. Oh, we'll take two on that one. The whistle hadn't been blown yet. So.
Yeah. And look, he said, I'm not sure there was a touch, but this is not to have a crack at the ref. I think most people at live speed think he's probably clipped it. And the ref has to make that judgment.
And Jested asking for a corner.
But it's put some fire back in the contest. The victory at 3-1 weren't really looking like they had a lot in them. Butterfield with a ripper. Woolscott beaten for speed. Reaches out and then withdraws. Good experience. I don't know, Robbie Cruz has left that leg and almost gone already before there can be a touch.
He also pushed him off the line of the ball. It's a minor touch, but it pushes Cruz off the line of the ball, which he doesn't need to do.
Sure, and I don't want to get into a post-mortem on, whether it was a feather touch or... Well, the refs in a split second made the call. I reckon most people watching it have assumed there was some sort of contact as well. And there wasn't much, or if there wasn't any, congratulations to Robbie Cruz. Because he got in the position and then he forced the issue.
And Guarachena earns a set piece here that the Victory aren't too happy about. But it's what Mark Rudan's side might need to try and fashion chances. Let Diamante whip in set pieces.
But even with the 10, they've still got the quality. It's hurtful as it is to lose the player. And Woolscott's been doing a terrific job. They've still got the quality. Victory not absolutely convincing that they can close the door. But to their credit, they're well back in the contest.
Diamante, great ball in. And what a header it is from Lee Broxham. Another adjective used to describe it by Max Crocombe, I think. He was pretty happy with the header. Complimenting his captain. In between a couple of white shirts. That was a phenomenal defensive header facing his own goal.
Particularly if you're still playing wounded, Speedy.
Yeah. Variation from Diamante back to Parias. Opening up the angle for the Italian. Cruz sold down the river. And too much on it for those in the middle, but Lustica first to react. Guarachena asking a lot of Lustica, who didn't quite keep it in. And plenty of time for the Victory to get one more goal back. And Mark Rudan makes his move. Defensive cover in the form of Ivan Vujica. And Guarachena is the one sacrificed. Grant Bremner going to his bench as well. Zayden Bello, who we saw the other night with an impressive cameo off the bench. Another 18-year-old. Zayden Bello, and Lee Broxham is done. So he has been playing wounded. Grant Bredner makes the call now. And Storm Rue is playing in the heart of defence alongside Anderson, and Bello goes to right back. So what are we down to? 4th and 5th choice?
Under 16s.
Butterfield, his bomb, helping to turn this game. Still work for the victory to do. Bello's delivery. Butterfield, a bit more swagger about his play now. Storm Rue adjusting to the captain's armband and a new role.
Well, that's a pretty amateurish effort to put the captain's armband on speed. That'll need some attention.
I don't think he's put that one on before. Can he get carded for that?
Well, it's good 25 plus minutes. Plenty of time for victory. They got the man's advantage up against an extremely talented Western United attack. They don't want to be giving balls away like that. In fact, a couple of the goals they've conceded tonight, the victory have been, look at this guy go, because of poor ball security.
And Brimmer, the latest into the book for that clip of Diamante. Storm Rue looking for his phone so he can YouTube how to put captain's armbands on. He's having a devil of a time with it. No time for that, of course.
But it's a disgrace that this isn't dealt with in the development system, Speedy. Where's the curriculum on this?
Too much on that for Parias. Brimmer's got to watch his step.
Very adventurous to see how high Western United are pushing the field. They're playing for these turnovers. They've sensed it. Victory a bit jittery in possession, and they've pinched it again.
Sanchez and Berisha lurking on the edge of the area, so too Diamante. Bello overcommitted, and they get a little fortunate there with the ricochet off Payne straight to their keeper, the victory. Inside the final 20 minutes. Cruz knotting it down for McManaman. So much experience in the final third for the victory. Led by the Socceroo. Cruz! Oh! Remarkable! Just then looked certain to equalise. But Philip Curto, the former A-League goalkeeper of the year, somehow kept it out.
Well, that's point blank. Wouldn't have known anything about it, but throws himself desperately and pulls off a miraculous save. It's a lovely cross. And just dead for all money thinks, I got another goal. The ball's beaten Curto there, so he's just got to leap with anticipation. But that was wonderful play between McManaman and Cruz on the sideline. McManaman's turned away from Cruz as Robbie's passed him the ball, and he hears the particular tone in the call from Robbie Cruz to think, oh, Robbie's onto something here. So he turns instinctively and they're away. It was wonderful to watch the two do that.
Robbie Cruz has got another man booked. He took another tumble, and Ivan Vujica cops the caution this time, and Diamante is making the point that Robbie Cruz is going down rather easily at times. Throwing himself to the ground is the insinuation of Diamante.
It's nothing Alessandro wouldn't have seen throughout the extent of his career.
We saw that fantastic angle of the Gested header from right behind goal. Like he's just thought, if I head this in the centre of the goal, I've done enough because the keeper's out of position, but he had to do a bit more than that.
At that point, Speedy, you're just thinking it's a goal for all money. It's massive credit to the goalkeeper. Let's see how Victory go on from here with this extra player. Very dangerous themselves in the front third, not overly convincing in possession otherwise. And Western are looking to play off those potential errors.
Dylan Parias has run himself into the ground on that right wing. And here comes another speedster, Lockie Wales, who debuted against the Victory as a Mariner a few years back now. Looked like only being one winner when Diamante teed up Barisha for a quick-fire second-half brace to make it 3-1 Western United. Butterfield with a spectacular goal for the Victory, and then the red card for Tommy Uscott. It's game on here. And Philip Curto has kept his team in front. Here's the replay angle I was talking about just there. Right down the middle, and Curto got there.
It's just a goal. I'm not criticising Westhead at all. It's a goal. You're just thinking, wow, here I go. Almost planning the celebration. It's not that he clocked off. But the goalkeeper's so far behind in the consideration. So he's done a great job there. You mentioned the Diamante questioning of the referee of Robbie Cruz being quote-unquote light on his feet. Robbie's on a yellow card. You don't reckon Alessandro Diamante is waiting for an opportunity to give Robbie a bit of his own back, if you know what I mean?
Here's Cruz. Big chance here, keeping his feet. And looking for teammates just there. That's brave header from Sanchez. Butterfield ricochets. Corner.
Great action. Exciting. Cruz lighting the fire. Getting in behind the defence. Causing heart palpitations for Mark Brudet. Well, that's a wonderful bit of work from Sanchez against the not insignificant Rudy Gested. And somehow they scramble it away. That could have gone anywhere.
Brimmer hangs it up. Gested getting there. And Curto palmed it aside and was also then clattered into by Rudy Gested.
Well, I'm happy that the ref allowed this to go, but you don't see it ever. A challenge like this, that's always a foul on the goalkeeper. 8 days a week.
He copped a poke in the eye from Gested. Well, Gested's hand is up and hits Curto in the face.
But it's not even the wandering hand. It's any contact like that. Attacking players never get away with it.
As it stands, I think we're going to see a drop ball in the corner when we restart, because, as you say, this wasn't deemed a foul, but it should have been.
It's a clear foul, but even without the hand, you can't go anywhere near goalkeepers in the 6-yard box. The eye poke was accidental otherwise. So And it's 3-3.
Well done to the teenager, and well done, Rudy, just there. He's had a frustrating night until now, but on the score sheet again, his third goal in 2 games, and Mark Rudan goes to his bench. Right now, it's 2 points that is slipping away. It could be all 3 the way the Victory are playing against 10 men. They might do what Western United did to them in the first ever meeting between these clubs. Come from 2 goals down to win it, perhaps. So Milanovic on as well as Skadatis in a double change.
Well, such an exciting A-League match, Speedy, but it just underscores the importance of ball security. Victory fell behind because Jake Brimmer coughed it up a couple of times.
Here they come again.
And Lockie Wales, unfortunately, losing control of that ball, and the youngster pinched it.
Sanchez trying to bend one around audaciously for Diamante, but Anderson across.
Well, the attendance capped at 10,000 because of the COVID considerations. The Victory fans make it sound a lot more than that. Game set beautifully for a really exciting finish. There's plenty more in this one.
Here's Milanovic, full of tricks. Oh, Bello had to time that, didn't he? Inside the area. Young Milanovic, another kid keen to impress. Another 19-year-old, 5th appearance for him. Look at that goal sequence. 3 in a row from Western United after falling behind. And now the Victory have pulled it back. Diamante takes his time. Just dead. Heads clear. Driven back in. And Vujica tried to cushion it for Milanovic. It just wouldn't sit for him. And the Victory away through Laurie Latanzio. And you can join the card party, young man. Milanovic with the yellow.
Victory straight into it. That's smart. Keep the momentum going. Have you got any advantage of players with some extra freshness? Because you've got the man's advantage. You've come back from 3-1 down to get level, but you're playing at home. You need to push on for the 3 points.
9 yellow cards and the red dished out tonight. Ben Abraham has been busy. Ball bouncing over Lockie Wales. Hasn't been his little couple of minutes. Now, there are hopes that those crowd numbers can go up for the derby next week. The Victory taking on Melbourne City at this venue. Cruz just couldn't bring it down to his own advantage. But look how keen he is for the game to get on. He plays ball boy on behalf of Philip Curto. Archie Thompson. This is set up to be an all-time classic here with about 8 minutes of game time to go.
Yeah, you can feel the atmosphere starting to rise up another level because the more forward runs that Melbourne Victory make, the more vulnerable Western United seem to be. They just seem to be put out of place. So that's the amount of running that Robbie Cruz is doing. But I tell you what, a grandstand finish on just Lockie Wales there. After Mark Rudin saw the replay, he almost threw a dummy spit because the way that ball was just copped up in such a dangerous area, but the way that Markovic just drifted a beautiful ball and just wanted to be attacked by just dead.
McManaman wasn't watching. As Cruz did enough to find him, and Diamante does enough to release Lockie Wales. He can atone here. Into the area goes Lockie, and just missed Sanchez in the middle. Diamante with a clear shove on Laurie Latanzio.
Well, that's a great chance for Western in the counter-attack. Ref might have blown for a foul on halfway, but he let it go. Lockie Wales boring speed down the right, but couldn't find the pass at the end.
McManaman really struggling. Maybe the likely candidate to come off here as Elvis Campsober gets ready. Cruz dazzling. Just got away from him again, but he's had quite the night.
He's making a point for sure. Great leadership from Robbie Cruz. In some senses, better late than never. Elvis's speed and his flashy undies could have done a whole heap of good for Melbourne victory in these dying moments.
Got the old droopy drawers.
Premium line, mate. They're a premium line. There's only a couple of us who can get away with that.
Might be a little sponsorship deal there from Elvis Campsover. Next time I come on, I'll show you my undies and get a little kickback. They're all covered up now. There he is. Elvis's first touch. McManaman taking a swig on the pickle juice. Hopefully nothing more than fatigue and cramp. Decent ball floated to Markovic. Bend it away from Imai. Great header though. Put his header where the boot of Diamanti was coming the other way, and the referee was happy with all of that. Stoppage time amount will be fascinating. Victory want a massive chunk. Western United would settle for a point right now. Cruz drifting across the pitch. Markovic hangs it up again, just there. Just enough body work from Vujica. 5 is the answer.
Yeah, that's enough for a couple of goals. It's certainly enough for one of these teams to find a winner. A game that deserves a winner. Actually, I think it's been, which would be a hard outcome for a losing team, but as a contest and as a spectacle, it's a game that needs that sort of headline. It's been a really fun experience watching this. Some great football. Really nice goals. A couple of errors which presented themselves, but teams had to be good enough to make the most of them. And we sit now with 5 minutes to go.
What about those touches from Diamanti? Got the better of Butterfield and Campsober, and too much on it for Milanovic. 11 goals already in this Saturday night doubleheader on Fox Sports A-League Entertainment this season. At every turn. Still time for a 7th to settle this one. Skadatis, Sanchez being able to find space and look forward more often than not. Diamanti lifting one for Wales. Kept on going and tracked it down in time. Victory fans complain as Wales delivers. Anderson's flick enough. Campsober urged on by the Victory fans. Brimmer right down the middle. Cruz. Where is he finding the energy levels? Laurie Latanzio dancing into the area. And Calver had to back up Imai.
Well, the release ball out of Victory's defence was just a ripper. Gets to Cruz on or about the centre circle, and Victory are away. Laurie Latanzio at the end. That's a great pass from Brimmer. Cruz turns with full intent to attack and invite Laurie Latanzio in. Calver stands in his way. Hammers the ball clear. 3 minutes.
He got the free kick as well for Laurie Latanzio clattering into him. That's what the adjudication was. Seemed a little harsh. Berisha. All ball, says the referee. Markovic from the side of Berisha, and Sanchez also won it clean against Butterfield. Berisha feeling the effects of that challenge a moment ago, not ready to get involved, so Diamanti bypasses him. Loose pass. Oh, Skidardis with a shocking challenge on Storm Roux. Could be sanctioned later on for that one, but it works out for the victory. And Cruz earns a corner.
Well, again, the lack of ball security from Western has created this flashpoint.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be reviewed.
The yellow card has already been shown to Skidardis, but the VAR could recommend an upgrade, and we talked about the Davila challenge the other day on Cruz. Is that worse than Cruz's?
It's from that angle, it's not. There's the yellow card. Let's see what the communication is between the match officials.
It's already been confirmed, yellow card's enough. And there we go, put those side by side and tell me one's a red card and one's not. Here's Brimmer. Bicycle kick attempted in the middle. What's the decision here? Another corner. Last touch off Weston. Final minute of the 5. Brimmer hangs it up. Kurtzo elects to palm clear. Butterfield. Diamanti all over him and won it fairly enough. They couldn't, could they? Western United on the charge. Down to 10 men. And Wales kept on going. So too did Anderson. Credit the work rate from the young defender.
Archie Thompson mentioned Aaron Anderson a long time ago. There's been an opportunity really on an appropriate moment to pump him up. He's been outstanding, the youngster. He got beaten along with Markovic for the Berisha on the far post, but Wild Horses wouldn't stop Berisha getting that one.
Breathtaking, and a chance here to win it! Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points in the final second. A 7-goal thriller. Panic at the back for the victory, and Mark Rudan is going all Jose Mourinho on us. The man in black. And Western United, after coughing up a 3-1 lead, do win it in the end. It's quite remarkable.
It's so cruel for Victory, whose comeback was brave. But it's a game that's been so good it needed a highlight and a winner. And what about the bravery? Throwing yourself, Lanovic at the ball. And then the rebound, the beautiful backheel to set things up. That's a bravery to do something for your team. And then the rebound sits there for Sanchez, who got the goal scoring earlier with a beauty. And it's a pile-on in the Western United mosh pit. Exciting stuff at Marvel. A classic derby match. It's had pretty much everything, including a last kick of the game winner.
They beat Perth 5-4, and they beat the Victory 4-3 in a game that will live long in the memory. What an amazing night of A-League action. They'll be talking about this for years and decades to come. The Battle of the Bridge, hey? Western United have won 4 of the 5. And Grant Brebner and the Victory bench in despair. Sanchez with the sense of adventure to be there to latch onto the loose ball after Milanovic bravely tried to head home. And Crocombe beaten for a 4th time tonight. The Victory slumped to defeat again, their 6th of the campaign. But Western United are on a roll. They score 4 in back-to-back games and they needed 4 tonight. With 10 men, they win it at the death. Full time at Marvel Stadium. It is Western United 4, The Melbourne victory 3. Winners don't come much later than that one.
Well, first game today was an exciting 5-goal exchange between Adelaide and Western United. But as we've just seen, that was the entree to what has been an incredible game of football. I mean, Lachie Wales as well. His head would have been hanging with the cough up of possession that led to the equaliser for victory. But he stuck to his task. He looked for redemption. Mlanovic, the youngster off the bench, absolutely not a passing thought for self-preservation as he launched at that ball that Lachie Wales put in against a victory defender and the goalkeeper, Crocombe. And then Sanchez, who got the goal scoring started for Western United, was on the spot with the composure to turn around. Look at all these parts. Redemption, Lachie Wales. Indescribable bravery and commitment from the youngster. And the class, experience and timing of Sanchez to get a most incredible winner. I can't say unlikely winner, Speedy, because we always, through that extra time period, expected a winner. It's so cruel on the losing team, but what an injection it gives to Western United. Incredible escape. 2-goal lead evaporated. Last kick of the game wins it for them.
What about the joy on the faces of Mark Rudan and all of the players during that pile-up, captured by the Fox Sports cameras? That was just wonderful. If you're a neutral or if you're a Western United fans, you just got to lap that up. It's tough on the victory, of course, to lose at the death like that, but that's the kind of thing that makes sports so special, moments like that.
Well, those pictures were great, but Sanchez too. The look of like the Vesuvius-like eruption out of the Spaniard, who's been for a few years just quietly playing in La Liga. And for him to be so moved, he's somewhere at the bottom of that, hopefully not needing any chiropractic work, because there's a lot of body mass. But then over on the advertising hoardings with his young family, who were here to watch his dad win the Battle of the Bridge in the most remarkable of circumstances. What a hell of a game of football.
Let's go down to Archie Thompson to lap it all up at pitch level.
Thanks, Speedy. Well, guys, I've seen a lot of matches here at Marvel Stadium, but where does that rank for you, Bess? You've obviously played a lot of football here. How does that rank for you, mate?
Yeah, very high. I mean, that was a crazy game. What an effort from the boys. You know, I thought we really played well, and even till the end with the one man down, we showed spirit, and we turned the game around and won the game. So credit to the boys, unbelievable. Very high I rate this game today. And
Diamante, the relationship between you and Besart Berisha seems to get better every single match.
Yeah, it's normal. It's a part of knowledge. When you know him, you know you just have to just make a run. He just moves something like that, he score. He knows.
And Besart, I mean, you were 3-1 up. You lost a man. It was 3-3. Did you think that maybe you were going to lose this match?
You know, when you're one man down, everything is possible. You know, of course there are some negative thoughts, but you know, through the spirit, you know, you try to keep believing, and then you know, and then you have individual players in the team who can still do the job. And you saw in the end we didn't give up, and Victor scored an amazing goal. You know, and that's credit to the boys. You know, and yeah, but it could go either way. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a lot of great players in that West United side, Bess. What's it like playing with Diamante?
It's like a paradise, you know. You know, I just, like you said, I just need to move the head.
And Diamante, you talked about driving back from Ballarat with Besart.
Yeah, but today we are together too. So
you're gonna drive all the time.
I have to give the ball. Otherwise, come back is very hard, very sad travel.
And where from now, guys? Because for me, that was an unbelievable comeback from 10 men. The confidence must be really high in the team.
Look, well, I'm very happy to. It's very entertaining match. The people watching the game here and TV, I think they are happy. So we are happy too.
Okay, and Bessa, I have one question for you. There's a lot of talk about Castro, Ninkovic being one of the, well, a couple of greatest players in the A-League, mate, but you'd have to put your hand up for sure. But look at all the goals you score. You still have such an impact. What do you say about that?
You know, Archie, I leave this to Australia. I've been now 10 years here and proving year by year and doing my job, what player I am. I leave to Australia, but I hope I get soon my respect.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Ciao,
Enjoy
Archie.
the night. Enjoy the night. Well, stick around, guys. You're going to be watching Diamante's podcast after. Fantastic match tonight.
Great stuff, Arch. That was a wonderful interview. The joy on their faces as well. Two veterans who've seen a lot in football, but they just enjoy putting on a show tonight.
He's done it.
I've got it.
You, Archie Thompson, you've stolen the kid's dream.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the kid in the candy shop.
Straight to the pool room for Archie Thompson. Regroup, Archie. Get your composure and chat to Victor Sanchez. He scored 2 tonight and the most amazing winner.
Look, sorry, guys. Sorry, Victory fans. I wish I could have had all their jerseys as well, but I needed this one. But Victor Sanchez, what an unbelievable night. You had to work so hard and you scored 2 wonderful goals. You must be so pleased.
I am very happy. It's a game very, very hard today. A good environment. Good game for us, but with the expulsion is difficult. But finally we win, and I'm very happy for me and for the team.
And the players in front, I mean, Diamante, Bessa, Parisho, they must be great to play with.
They are great players, and it's a pleasure play with them.
Okay, great. Well done tonight, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Enjoy it with the boys.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
And he's played for Barcelona. He's played a stack of games in La Liga. But he'll remember this night when he puts his head on the pillow for decades to come, Victor Sanchez, and that celebration with the bench running towards him and then the coach joining the pile-on. We'll dissect it further after the break, but if you enjoyed that chat with Alessandro Diamante a moment ago with Archie Thompson, there's more to come. A Fox Football special later tonight.
I'm in love with the ball. When I have the ball in my hand, also in training ground, also this morning, or where my kids playing the living in my home, when I have the ball in my hand, I smell, I kiss, I don't know. It's love.
Is your wife, wife jealous?
No, I was jealous.
You bring the football to bed too.
No. I grew up in that generation. The football is 24 hours. It's the first thing. When you wake up, the last thing